Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Listen, man, it's got to be Duce Staley's time, right? It has to be his time, I feel like. You know what I mean? Yesterday evening, the Philadelphia Eagles interviewed Duce Staley. I think they had one interview before him, but Duce Staley was the second interview of the day. I just can't imagine for the life of me the joy a lot of us would feel in bringing back Duce Staley, or bringing Duce Staley in as the head coach. I think he deserves it. A lot of people are in the comments, in the inbox. What play calling experience does he have? Listen, a lot of these guys, you don't need play calling experience to be a head coach. Like, that don't even make sense. I don't think that Judge was a play caller. I think Judge was, I don't know what Judge was beforehand. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of these guys come from the special teams situations, special teams coaches, and become head coaches. It happens, man. You think that the running back coach don't know a thing or two about the plays? You think that Duce not being familiar with the guys on the team doesn't, help? Duce Staley is an offensive guy, so calling plays, knowing when to run and knowing when to pass will be second nature to Duce Staley. Now, y'all getting play calling mixed up with play design. You know what I'm saying? And we got to clear that up. You got guys who are there to design plays, and then you got guys who are there to know when to call these design plays. So let's not get the two confused, man. Everybody talking about Joe Brady. Joe Brady was the play caller. I'm not sure what hand he had in designing the plays, but I do know this. They weren't good offensively, in my opinion. They weren't good offensively. And a lot of people want to say, it's because of Teddy Bridgewater. Well, how do you know Joe Brady ain't have a hand in deciding he wanted Bridgewater to be the quarterback? Listen, a lot of complaining is going on about Teddy Bridgewater, but I tell you this, they signed Teddy Bridgewater to be the starting quarterback. Teddy Bridgewater not no backup that got hurt and put in and you just stuck with him. They chose Teddy Bridgewater. And if Brady had a hand in that, then you can't make that as an excuse for him. He chose the guy that he wanted. Now, I don't think Teddy Bridgewater was terrible, how people trying to make it out to be, but and I don't think Joe Brady's system was that crazy. Oh, he was missing Christian McCaffrey. Mike Davis wasn't no pushover. He was on my fantasy team. Mike Davis held it down. So you can't make no excuses, man. I don't want Joe Brady. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think a lot of these dudes that's getting hired ahead of Eric Bieniemy not as qualified as Bieniemy, and that puts us in a good position to either choose from. I liked Arthur. I like that dude from Tennessee, and I liked Salah, however you say his name. People keep trying to correct me. I liked those two guys. Bieniemy and the 49ers defensive coordinator were my top two choices. But being as though he's gone, and now you got Eric Bieniemy still out there for some strange reason, and now we interviewing Duce Staley. Give me Duce or Bieniemy. You know what I'm saying? I'm leaning more towards Duce right now. I'm feeling a lot like Duce Staley should be the next head coach for the Philadelphia Eagles, and I got a strong feeling that that's the decision they gonna go with. I got a strong feeling, man, because listen, man, Duce played for the Eagles. Duce was with us during the dark days. Duce was with us post Super Bowl, during the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Duce has coached some really good running back rooms, man. Duce has he coached the number one rushing attack all the way to a Super Bowl. He's coaching Miles Sanders, who if Doug Peterson would have called this number more, Miles Sanders would have had a bona fide 1,000 yards on the ground. He wouldn't be some Madden Pro Bowler. He'd be a legitimate Pro Bowler. You know what I'm saying? Miles Sanders was I think top 3 in yards per carry. Duce coached that. Miles Sanders used to have a problem with dancing around too much before hitting the hole. How'd that change? Duce coached that. His second year, Miles wasn't doing that by week 9. By week 9 of his rookie year, Miles Sanders wasn't doing that. And habits like that are hard to break because you used to using your speed and your athleticism at the collegiate level. Dudes just simply can't stop you at the collegiate level. You see what I'm saying? They can't do it. Take Saquon Barkley, for instance, man. He was just too strong and too fast. Now Saquon Barkley get touched, he going down half of the time. It's a different ball game. Duce was able to, and I mean he was able to coach Miles Sanders up to be what Miles Sanders is. He was able to coach Wendell Smallwood up, you know what I mean, who played in some playoff games for us. Got the most out of Jay Ajayi. Got the most out of Clement in the Super Bowl experience. You know what I'm saying? Veteran LeGarrette Blount had him playing like a beast. I'll give it to Duce. Because one thing I know about Duce most likely will have this football team trending in a direction that it needs to win. The Browns, Baker Mayfield is about to get an extension by taking the ball out his hands and letting Chubb and do what they got to do. Lamar Jackson don't throw the ball that much. That's a running team, man. Stacking up wins on the ground. That's a running team. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that we need to, use the run to our advantage to be more dynamic with the weapons we got. Because if you're running the ball effectively, then play action shouldn't be a problem, right? But Doug Peterson never decided to get a run game going. Never decided to, man. Never tried to. Never put the emphasis on it. Never. Instead, what Doug Peterson was doing was having a struggling quarterback who has offensive line issues throw the ball 50 times, 45 times. Tell me, how does that even make sense? Don't you want your head coach to be able to know that don't make sense? Don't you? Don't you want your mechanic to put the right oil in your engine? How are we excusing some of the things that Doug Peterson did? Terrible in fourth down possession. Terrible in third down possession. That's an indication that you didn't put the emphasis on a healthy running game. Anytime you struggling to get third downs, listen, if you have a run play, either on your first or your second down, I ain't gotta say you gotta run first and second and pass on third. You could run. You have to. A healthy offensive scheme has a run play, in my opinion, either on the first or the second down of a drive. You have to. You can't go pass and then put yourself in a passing situation. I don't care if the first down play gets you backed up behind the chains and you at a 1st and 20 now. You still got to run the ball. That's what Doug Peterson lost sight of. A healthy design. You still got to call some type of screen or run the ball when you behind the chains at a 1st and long. You just got to do it, man. You got to not become one-dimensional. And why wouldn't you do it with the offensive line problems that you had, man? That's one of my biggest concerns, man. I need my next head coach to be able to just get it. Get it. We can't be teaching we can't be screaming at our camera next year saying why the next head coach not doing things that just make perfect sense. Period. Now, Eric Bieniemy scares me as a guy that might be a little too pass happy as a coach, and we don't need that right now. I like Duce because Duce is a running back coach, and Duce Staley is going to understand the importance, man, of running that ball and keeping them chains moving, man. He's going to understand it. So, you know what I mean? With that being said, man, I hope we get some great news today that we got our next head coach. I mean, whoever it is what it is. We got to do what we got to do. But I think that the Philadelphia Eagles will select Duce Staley in hopes that he bombs. I'm not even going to lie. I think they're going to hope that he bombs so we can go with this covert plan of worrying about the next 3 to 5 years. That's how we put it. When in turn, they're going to get Duce Staley and get a guy who's going to do the opposite of bomb. You know what I'm saying? The players want him. Brandon Graham already putting it in the universe, man. We just gotta go see. We gotta go see what it is, man. We gotta see what it is, man. Hopefully we get some good news this weekend. And shout out to y'all, man, for jumping on the Loop Mogul. Shout out to y'all for copping the merch via the Print Champs. Shout out for y'all for just supporting, man. Flick chat, all of that stuff, man. So tonight, man, play with your boy, man. 7 p.m. on Loop Mogul. Listen, man, I'm the #1 influencer on the app. Thanks to y'all. I don't know how long that's gonna remain, but tonight, hop on, man. Play my live trivia, man, and win some bread. A lot of y'all already doing it. But we need everybody to do it, man. Hop on there and win some bread. I'm going to be on there myself, man. You probably could play against me, man. Let me know what you think in the comments.